George Kilpatrick, inspiration for the nation, celebrating people we feel good about. Well, it's Father's Day, so we invited a father to talk about fatherhood. Seneca Wilson, you may remember him from our Real Manhood Fatherhood panel that we had a couple of weeks ago, but now he's here with us today to talk about fatherhood. So let me tell you about Seneca, a poet. He's a college educator on a mission to empower young students to overcome barriers in their life through inspiration sports, hip hop, and poetry, or you might just call it the ship, right? He wants to ensure college career and career readiness. He's an entertaining performer, speaker, and a poet, and he wants individuals like you to turn on your light. Currently living in Birmingham, Alabama, he and his wife Megan have 3 children. Oh man, I'm not going to say the names. He'll tell me the names, but his new book is called Turn on Your Light, Finding the Light Within, just released in 2020. And yeah, Declan, Tylen, and Sloan. Did I do that right? Almost.
You got it. Perfect.
I got it. Yes. I wanted to try that. So you used to be in the Cuse. Tell us about your Cuse and what made you decide to leave the Cuse for Birmingham, Alabama.
Yes, but first let me say, I made it. I made it on the Inspiration for the Nation, baby. Come
Yes. Won't he do it? Tell that story because I think it's fun to share.
Oh, man. Yes. I lived in Syracuse for like 7 years, and I started this group called the Underground Poetry Spot, and we used to have a great time. We used to like change so many lives and like put on these great shows. And all I wanted to do is to get on this show and tell everybody about it because, if you get on the Inspiration for the Nation, right, people, they're going to hear you. And so I was like, man, I got to get on that, but I didn't know how to do it. But look at me. What is this? I don't even know how long this has been, but since I've been left Syracuse in 2015,
6 years.
It turns around just because I was on the show last week about fatherhood. So now I'm right back here with you, talking to you in person, and I love it, man.
I appreciate. That's a great story, and you never know. And I accept that humbly. You never know the impact that you're having. You're doing your show. You're trying to share the positive stories of African Americans from all walks of life. You're trying to show the community pride. You're trying to show people that success runs in our race. And to hear that, wow, I made it. It's pretty cool. And you hail from Pascagoula, Mississippi. How you say that?
So it's Pascagoula.
Pascagoula, yes.
Only people that really know how to say Pascagoula are actually from Pascagoula.
Pascagoula. Is that how you say it? Pascagoula? Pascagoula.
Yeah, one of my good friends from Syracuse. She is one of our poets, and she says she always say pass the goulash.
So Seneca, why'd you leave Syracuse?
Well, that's a great question. First of all, I moved to Syracuse straight out of grad school to work at Syracuse University, like in 2009. Mm-hmm. And so I left because first of all, I love Syracuse, not in the wintertime.
No.
But I have an older son. And my oldest son, Tylen, is from a previous relationship. And so he would come up every summer. And we just, it got to the point where he's playing sports. He has his friends. And, it got to the point where I'm taking him away from all of that. Mm-hmm. And he would come up for the summers, didn't really know a lot of kids. We would take him out of the South, get out of school earlier than up north. So we would take him out of school just to put him back in school.
Right.
So I just told him that if I ever got a chance, I'm in student affairs. I'm a college educator. If I got a chance to move back down to the South, I would do that. And so I got a chance to move down back at Jackson State at the time, 2015. And I'm now at UAB, but just
University Alabama, Birmingham. Yes.
Yes.
Mm.
So that was the reason, just because my wife, first of all, I got to tell you, she made an amazing sacrifice for us to make this happen, because I know that was a big decision for us as a family, but we knew it was the right decision. And so, we just spent our 7th-year anniversary this past week. And so we're still together and we're doing great things.
Right. And since this is Father's Day, the decision you made was to not only be a part of your son's life, or closer, he was already a part of your life, but to have a more integral part and be able to share some of the experiences with him, as if I understand how you came to that decision.
Yeah, you're gonna go deep, and I don't think I have ever really went as deep to talk about my own father that was in my life. He wasn't in my life, and so a lot of the motivation, and I think, to be honest, to be like brutally honest, I think I push my son's relationship, me and my son's relationship, in a way that my father is still affecting me, in a way that I work so hard to make sure I'm close to my son. And so everything I want to do it for him. I want to be close to him. And I know he's a teenager now, right? But, it's like, I always want to be with him. And I know that he has to grow, because like every time I call my son now, and it's like, he's too old for me now. He won't answer the phone. I keep calling. But the thing is, I'm that way because of my father that wasn't in my life, and that I don't ever want my son to ever have a shadow of a doubt that I don't love him and that I won't be there for him. And so that was a big decision that we wanted to do, because he's a great part of our family, and I'm so proud of him. Great athlete, and I just want to make sure that not only with him, but my other 2 kids, like, look, I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that that I love you and I'm proud of you. So. I can't hear you.
Sorry about that. So yes, you can hear me now. There's another third party. What about the relationship with his mom, and your wife, and all of that? That's also got to be negotiated. And I ask you that because that's keeping it real too, right? It's not just you and him, it's you, him, and her, and her.
Yeah. Well, that's, I don't know if I can even talk about that, but but you're right. This is keeping it real right here. Me and his mother and I, we have had our challenges. Yes. First, let me say this. She is an awesome mom, great mom. But, when it comes to a child, when you're really not, even when you are together, there is a compromise that has to happen. Mm-hmm. And so when you have 2 different philosophies of how to raise the child, mm-hmm. and, for me, I may not understand everything because I'm not there physically. Right. And she may not understand because I'm not there. Right. How do we come to a compromise to make sure that we're doing the best thing for our son? Mm-hmm. Here's the kicker. She does the best thing that she believes is for our son. Mm-hmm. I do the best thing that I believe is for our son. Sometimes we would crash, and we could never find that compromise mm-hmm. Situation. And so here we go. It's great now. Mm-hmm. My son is so lucky because he have 4 great parents. Mm-hmm. 4 great parents. I'm kind of jealous of my son because this boy has been everywhere in the world. They go on trips, we go on trips. He has grandparents. Oh my God. I feel like he's blessed. I would love to hear more from his side of how he feels, but he never really shares that with me anyway. But for her, I can tell you this. We had some very early, we had a lot of fights, because I'm not there. I was in Syracuse.
Mm-hmm.
He was born. He was born in 2007. I'm in Syracuse. She's in my hometown, Pascagoula, and for a young mother, feel like she's raising her kid by herself. As a father, I understand this stuff. Not always saying that I'm right, but at the same time, too, I'm dealing with my issues that I have never had a father in my life. I want to make sure I want him here with me as well. Those are the things that played a role in why we didn't agree with certain things. Mm-hmm. But I can tell you this: we are on one accord now, and we know what we want for our son, and we want to make sure that he knows that he has 4 great parents, and we all love him.
And you know why I'm so glad you were willing to share that story, because so many families are negotiating this and not always in the way that it's working out for you all, where it's in the best interest of the child and everyone feels, like you said, he's got the best of everything. Mm-hmm. And it's all because, and how blessed he is, because look, the same as you, I grew up with my father, but not in the same household, because he and mom were divorced. And so even through that, there are times, they didn't really get along. They didn't for a long time. And I had to negotiate that, because they're not getting along, but that's mom and that's dad. But here's what mom always did, even though they didn't get along, especially when they were younger and they were young parents. She always believed I needed to have a relationship with him, even though they didn't get along. So, and they didn't get along. And I'm not telling no tale out of school, because it was like that in the beginning. Mm-hmm. As they all matured, can I tell you, and I've told this story many times, but I'll tell it again. So much that I had no pictures with them in the same frame. And it was just so do you know, it was when I graduated from Syracuse University, I said to everybody involved, because, everybody had moved on, but I said to everybody involved, because he had moved on and she had moved. Well, they weren't really together ever anyway, except for initially after the 2 kids, and then they were divorced and separated, whatever. But on my graduation from Syracuse University, getting my bachelor's degree, I said, I am so tired of showing this picture and that picture and this picture and that picture. I need a picture with both of y'all in the same frame. And so, do you know that I think this is true today? I only have 2 pictures with them in the same frame.
Yeah.
And do you know? And I have that picture on my phone right now. The second picture was on my wedding day. That's the only 2 pictures I can remember. Right. And or if they're not the only 2 pictures that I can remember, those are the only 2 pictures that I have with them in the same frame. So this idea of negotiating the relationship and how so many people struggle around that relationship with the ex over here or whatever is very important. And I think that I think for Father's Day, Seneca, it's very important that you share the secret to that, and what for men who may not be as fortunate to have that relationship with their son, but also having to negotiate this person, the mother of the child, and the new relationship with and then on the other side, the relationship with the mother and that partner, all of that. That's real life. Yeah. That's what really, and I wanted to, if you would, how did y'all come to that understanding? And how did you come to it?
Yeah, I can tell you this, and this is for all of the young men that are out there that are and women too, that are in this situation where that you have to have the best interest of the child. It takes time.
Mm-hmm.
It takes time and it takes work. Trust me, it takes a lot of work on both sides, right? And so I will say this, what happened, we just figured out what works for us. right? And like I said too, the communication got better. We for the most part, we only talk about, you know, the issues or what's going on with our son.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the conversation is through text.
Keeping it real. Seneca, you done made my day, brother.
and so even through text, you know, earlier in the relationship, our this whole relationship with everyone, the text used to set you on fire too. Set you on fire. You're like,
I am not, man. You need to call me on the phone. Now I know that was not what y'all needed to do, but I am not that one. Don't text me because I get it all messed up. What does that mean? Why you say it like that? You know?
Well, I think for the biggest part for us, I think we stopped taking the feeling out of it.
Yeah.
And actually seeing what the text really meant, you know, like for our son Tyler. And so it came to that. It came down to just communication. And then as he got older, you know, around 8, 9, you know, they start developing their own decisions, making their own choices. We allowed him to, okay, do you want to come to Syracuse? Do you want, you know, like, and whatever he wanted to do, I wanted to lead with that because he now has, this is me. I believe our son needs to have his father in his life to know the values that I have, and that if he wants to develop those values and principles and things of that nature at an earlier age. Once he gets to an age where he's able to start making decisions and understanding, this is what I tell my son, all of your decisions have results and consequences, you know, and so you have to be ready for that. If you decide that you don't want to come to Syracuse this time, understand when we are out here doing fun things, you can't say,
I wish I was. Yeah. No, that's all good. Yeah. So I really appreciate that. So, I mean, you have a book, Turn On Your Light. Well, tell me what that book's about.
Yeah. So I have always felt like, you know, because I didn't have a lot of guidance in my life. I like to be adopted into families. And so one of the biggest things that I do is to develop students. I've been in student affairs for over like 16 years. And, you know, I don't want a student. So first of all, these students, like I said, I want them to be college and career ready. I wasn't, because I didn't have the right people to share and show me how to be, first of all, tell me I can go to college. Second of all, tell me I can actually graduate.
Right.
So with this book, it's all about helping you find your light and helping you find out what you want to do for the rest of your life, and just giving that reflection of, I tell my story of how I found my life. I tell the foundations of my life, like first of all, God, the foundation with my mom, you know, how she worked her butt off. We lived in the projects for over 20 something years, you know, and she still found a way to love us and do, you know, provide for us. How I went to the Boys and Girls Club right behind my house, you know, and that developed me to be actually outspoken, have that confidence in my life. Then I went to college and met a mentor, Chris McGee, and he showed me that I actually can do something with my life. And then finally, the other foundation, these are the things that made me realize my light. I met a motivational speaker, Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. There's a powerful, captivating motivational speaker that said, you have 18,632 days left on this earth. What are you going to do with the rest of them? And then from that day, I knew that I had to do something special. I had to do something with my life. And so all I've been doing since then has been trying to develop young people to be college and career ready. And then I also wanted to write this book because this book can go where I can't go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm a speaker. I'm able to go in front of people, but I want to be able to. This book right here. Make sure y'all go get that.
It's on Amazon right now.
It is on Amazon. It's on my website, SenecaWilson.com.
Mm-hmm.
But this book, I want to use this. It's a
hold it up again so we can see it. There you go.
There you go.
Hold it up right there. Well, see it for the people who are watching this in the video. And then, of course, for those of you at home, the book is called Turn on Your Light, Seneca Wilson. Like Seneca, you know, we've got nations up here, the Seneca Nation, Seneca. Seneca Nation. Yes, yes, yes. So what turned on your light?
Basically that question.
Yeah.
Like that question turned on my light to say, you have, like, I went to college not to like really go find a career. I went to college to change the narrative in my family and around my neighborhood, mm-hmm. because no one has, I was first generational student. And after college, once I graduated, I thought that was it. And so that question turned on my light to make me think that, what is my purpose? Why am I here? And I felt like that day I found my purpose because I love coaching. I was a coach.
Yeah,
coach at SUNY ESF.
Okay.
I'm a college educator. I am a poet, and I'm an author. And so I just, with those avenues, I knew I had that passion for people and developing them. And so that's the thing that got me to turn on my light and want to fulfill my purpose. So,
how does hip hop come into play?
Hip hop. So I love music. First of all, I use a lot of hip hop phrases when I do my talks. You got to understand, I'm talking to young people. So I try to stay old, but I'm that old dad though too.
Right. Wait. So here's what I'm gonna throw at you. Spit a little something for us, then.
I can't. Well, first of all, I can't rap. I'm a poet.
Right.
I can give you a poem.
Okay, give me a poem. So.
But I will tell you one of my favorite lines that I do in my presentations. I said with Drake, you know, first of all, you know, Drake and I are similar, right? You know what I'm saying? We both light skinned.
Right. You're both light skinned.
He's from Canada. I'm from America, you know. He's a rapper. I'm a poet, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But Drake said something that he dropped some bars when he said, you know, they always tell me nobody's working as hard as you. I laugh it off, but I know it's probably true. You see, while my friends are partying, I'm just writing all the music that they party to. So party on, you know?
Yes.
And so that's what I try to tell people. It's a mindset.
Yeah.
You out here, a lot of people, your friends can stop you from getting to where you want to be in life. Because everybody want to be out at the club. Everybody want to be having a good time. But who's out here putting in the work? And so that's why I try to use those phrases to, you know, because first of all, young kids, they love hip hop, you know, music. I want to bring them in with that. So, but yeah.
You got a poem for me?
Yeah, I mean, I can give you one.
You a little something, you know. Look, you've been trying to get on the show for 7 years, so you better give me something. You here now? Here's your moment, man.
I shouldn't have to do a disclaimer, but I'm gonna do one. I haven't been doing poetry in a minute, so I'm gonna read from my poetry book now.
Well, you should.
Stairs to the top.
Go ahead.
Huh?
You should. Yeah.
Here we go. I'm gonna do a piece of a poem that everybody in Syracuse loves.
All right. Let's go.
And they should know this.
Okay.
She is my medicine. She is my medicine. She is my Geodon, my Ativan, my IV, my Sudafed. She make me feel good. She is my love deity, the birth of Venus's daughter. Her love flows like Follow her. Hold. Arousing her endorphins. Her love is like sea dolphins, and she keeps me high off of her intelligence, gives me opiates from her elegance and her taste, makes me feel good. She is my medicine. She is my medicine. She is my Geodon, my Ativan, my Ivy, my Sudafed. She make me feel good. That's the first verse of that, and that's about my wife. I wanted to write a poem to tell my wife how beautiful she is and how I'm addicted to her. And I do that all the time. And I have the poets or the people in the audience, they're clapping along with it, and they doing the with me. So we always have a good time when we do that poem.
Listen, you did the right thing on Father's Day. I'm going to tell you that right now. What would you like to leave the audience with in terms of their own light? And I'm thinking about whether they're a young person or children of all ages, right? Mm-hmm. Because a lot of us, there's a child still in us, no matter what age we are, that wants something that they're still, that they may never have gotten, or that they're still, in other words, as long as you, I guess what I'm thinking, Seneca, as long as you still have a light on, you could turn it, you can turn it on even more. So yeah. What would you like to leave us with, or what else would you like us to know?
Well, I will tell you this, and I appreciate that question. This is what I tell myself, and I believe that we all go through the same things, whether we're currently going through it, have been through it, we'll go through it. Just know that you're good enough, and so much more. I have to tell, I have this on my phone every morning. Every morning I wake up at 6 o'clock. You are good enough to do what you love. And I wish, someone would have told me more of that when I was younger, to believe that you are good enough, because it is a mindset to believe. And growing up, living in the projects where I'm from, you wouldn't think that you can do so many things in life. Your goals, your dreams, and your purpose in life. You don't feel like you can do these things, right? But I stand here or sit here and tell you today that, I didn't believe that I can have a family. I can be married with a family. I didn't believe I can go to college and graduate. I didn't believe that I can have a successful career. I didn't believe I could have a house with a backyard. And I'm going to tell you right now, I have all of those things. And you know what? I just purchased, my wife and I just purchased our first home. Like this past weekend, we closed on a house.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And the thing is, I never really saw the complete vision, because I didn't believe I was good enough to have those things. I didn't believe that, I can have a home, that to be a great father, because I didn't have a father to show me how to do that type of stuff. And so, I want everyone that's watching this, if you're struggling, or if you're struggling, if you have any doubt of what you can do, just know that God He's already given it to you. I'm going to tell you this. You don't have to have permission to be great. It is already given to you. All you got to do is turn on the light, baby. Come on now. Turn on the light.
You don't have to have permission to be great. You just got to turn on the light. SenecaWilson.com. Seneca Wilson, our Father's Day feature. We appreciate you, brother, and the work that you're doing with motivating young people. Get his book, Turn On Your Light. Get it on Amazon, or no, actually go to his website. Get it from his website, SenecaWilson.com, and make it happen, and support that brother who is trying to get us all to look within ourselves and know that you are good enough. You are good enough.
You are.
You really are. All right. Seneca Wilson, we appreciate you joining us and stopping by Inspiration for the Nation.
Thank you. Thank you.